Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be building a cute house in Oasis Springs. I really enjoyed this house. I thought it was so pretty, especially the landscaping. I think I'm actually getting pretty good at landscaping. I was actually very proud of myself for the landscaping, and this house was one of the fastest one I built. I don't remember how long it took me to build it right now, but it was actually pretty fast. And I still enjoyed making it. That was the fun part. I enjoyed making it. I wanted to leave Newcrest for a while since I started having this crazy idea of a sort of gated community house with because there's some gated communities that they literally don't have a lot of plants. They don't really they just look super modern-y and kind of weird sometimes, but still pretty. I don't mind. I wanted to have this house have a pool, as you guys saw me making the pool in the background. I also wanted it to have an area for you guys to do barbecue. In my head, I'm saying braai all the time because if you guys don't know, I lived in South Africa for 12 years since I was like a kid, and I don't think I've actually ever heard someone say barbecue. We only say braai. So if I accidentally say braai again instead of barbecue, forgive me. I'm gonna try my hardest. And I wanted to make this house a bit different because I didn't really want it to look like the other ones I was building or some of the other houses that I had planned. I wanted it to be different. I didn't want the living area or the kitchen to be at the bottom. I wanted to make it at the top. And I had this crazy idea of putting everything at the top part and making like the bedroom and bathroom, and also like having 2 rooms this time. This house has 2 rooms. It also has a really large bedroom. It has a suite as well in the bathroom. There's also the dining area. There's a little porch for you guys to, well, it's a veranda to go and literally just check out the view. I really had fun with this one because I think I built it kind of already knowing what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted something different, but I still wanted it to be cute. So the only thing I could say that I had a problem with was when I was mapping it, like doing the floor plan. I did not have a clue on how I was going to do the floor plan. I knew that I wanted the bedroom to be at the bottom, and I wanted there to be like a nice big space for her. Well, this is, you can see my sim there, but I just used it as a little, I just used my sim so I could play test to see if everything was working. And I wanted there to be space at the bottom as well to have a little library area so the sim could just sit down and read like books, and also just to like do some logic and everything. So there's a really nice area before you get to the bedroom. And there's also in the other room, I was going to plan on making it another bedroom, but since I was just playtesting this for a single sim, I decided to turn it into an office. In the beginning, I did have the idea of having a couple live in this house, and they have just bought their first home together and want to, they want to make the best out of their marriage before they plan on having any kids. One of the sims, I imagined living here as a freelancer. That's why I turned the second bedroom into an office. In the beginning, the bedroom was going to be a really large bathroom because I really wanted to make like a really huge bedroom. But then I changed my mind and I turned it into an office. The other sim, I was imagining that they're in the business career and they don't really like bringing work home because they already made like a good amount of money from their job. That's why they bought this house, and now they just want to work on their marriage because eventually they do want to have kids. So they're just making sure that their job and their marriage can work and function together. They do plan on buying a bigger home in a few years so they can grow their family, but right now they're just enjoying what they have because they know that when they do have kids, like eventually their lives will be changing, and they hope that they'll be changing for the best, and they hope they have what it takes to not only give their kids a proper education or a better lifestyle, but also something that they will always remember and know that, you know, this is how they got here, and they want to be like a good example for their kids. So now I'm working on the backyard, and I was just making sure that things were going the way I planned. I changed the pool size because I was going to add some chairs and table there because I wanted it to look good. I added some poolside chairs, and I'm not gonna lie, I actually love the way it looked so much better than just adding like a table and chairs over there, and the white with orange was just what I was looking for. I do try adding the table a bit closer to the pool, especially since I'm not going to have a door on the bottom of the house. I was going to place it there, but I thought it would be better if the only way that they could access the pool was going through the kitchen, and by that everyone would see who was going outside. I didn't really plan on adding any plants on this yard, and I do end up changing it a bit, especially by the barbecue area, and I added some counters later on so that they could work on the barbecue. I just do end up forgetting to clutter it some more to make sure that the Sims don't cook their food there, and I also added a fire alarm to the backyard. So here's the fun part. Let me get into the story. I decided to go play test this after I finished this build, and my Sim decided she was hungry and went to the backyard instead of going to the kitchen like a normal person or a normal Sim. She went to the backyard to go get herself some food, and then she got on fire. She caught fire, and she wouldn't put the fire out. She wouldn't call the fire department. She wouldn't extinguish it. She died by fire. She was burned to death. So that is why I added, pretty amazingly, I added a fire alarm to this house in the backyard as well. Yeah, so as you guys can see, I practically had the time of my life going back into this build and fixing that because, as I said, I knew that the Sims could die in weird different ways now. I just had never lived through it, and then seeing my Sim be burned alive was like, what the hell? So I have fixed that. As you guys saw, I fixed up the front yard. I added some little pavement there to make it look prettier and to also go with the style of the house. Now I am doing the living area, which is technically what you walk into when you arrive at this house. I actually had a fun time figuring this out because this is the first time I managed to actually put a fireplace in one of my houses, and I really loved this and I really enjoyed that because every build I did, I was like, I want to put a fireplace. I want to put a fireplace in my house, and I was like, I'm going to put a fireplace in this house. Do my Sims need a fireplace in this house? I don't know. It's in the middle of the desert, and we know that deserts during the day is hot as hell, and during the night it is cold. So I decided to put a little warm little fireplace. Unfortunately, I do end up putting the chimney off camera because I remember to put it like when I play tested it. I was like, there's something missing here, and then I decided to put the chimney. So when you see the screenshots, you will see like the house having the whole little chimney and everything, and I thought it was so cute that like the minute you put the chimney, like you can literally see the fireplace going and the smoke coming out of the house. It's really pretty and I really enjoyed it a lot. I am deciding on the decor of the house, especially like putting the paint and the tiles. I normally do that after I put everything in the room, but on this one I decided to do that first, especially for the dining area and the kitchen. I wanted to do that first because I wanted to get the feel of the house. Just for the living area, that I actually decided to do that afterwards. But I do end up changing a lot of the colors. There's actually a color that I pick later on that I almost changed the entire house to because I really enjoyed it. But I kind of made both the kitchen and also the living area. Their colors are like, the kitchen area has a lighter gray, and the living and like in the dining area has like this nice dark gray vibe to it, and I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed putting up all these paintings and making sure on how I was going to decorate like the entrance of this house. So since the Sims were living here, I wanted to add some paintings. I do add this little, like, there's various portraits on the wall to, okay, you come in, like you can see like their family portrait, and it looks really pretty, and we just have like this really awesome time. I do wish we had better curtains in this game, because I sometimes do get tired of using the same curtains, and some of the curtains I can't actually edit them with the tool mod, because for some reason every time I do edit them, when I save the game, I leave and I come back, whatever I had edited, it's gone. It's gone. Once it's gone, it's gone. So I was just having the time of my life on that one. So I do wish we had like an entire thing just with curtains, because curtains, we need better curtains in this game for sure. The living area I really liked. I wasn't really fond of the curtains I used on the other side, but it was the only thing I had at the moment that would sort of match what I wanted in the living area, and I wanted to clutter it up a little bit because of the family that was going to live here. As I said, it's a couple, and I wanted them to have the best time of their lives. I wanted them to feel comfy enough to like make the decisions, especially the aspirations always show up on the Sims that want to actually start a family and everything. I was going to, as you guys can see here, I was going to change the colors of the windows. I was going to make them darker. I was actually considering also changing the door and making it darker again, but I didn't really think it went with the vibe that I was going, so I actually ended up just leaving it the way it is, because I actually thought it was pretty cool. It's like very neutral, very deserty like, because this is Oasis Springs. I think I actually enjoyed building the house in Oasis Springs more than I did in any other world. I do have another build that I'm currently working on, and it is pretty big, but I still enjoyed this house way more. I do love the results. I do love how it's going along, how it's coming along, but this one is technically my favorite so far. I wanted to have a bar in this living area because, well, I'm sorry, I wanted to have a bar in the dining area, and I just wanted this beautiful table with this view to the outside. I didn't really put a lot of things in the veranda for the on the outside, except for the pot plants, because I just wanted to be something very neutral. I didn't want to go overboard with it, especially because most of the times when I decorate most of these houses, I actually kind of think, if I were living here, would I decorate this house like this? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. So I kind of changed it up a bit, and I also made a bigger kitchen. I do find it weird that there are these weird bugs, especially when I go sit down and play, that there are these weird bugs in this game that you have to either reload your entire game or delete and then buy the trash can or like the hamper and the washing machine, because sometimes it doesn't go for some reason. Does anyone actually have that problem, or is it just with me? I would really like to know if the problem is me or if it's not. But please leave it down below because I really like to know that if it's just with me. Yeah, so I tend on doing that. As you see, I actually went in with the gray aesthetic for the entire kitchen. I actually loved this I actually really enjoyed it, to be honest, because it looked so cute and it just looks so nice. I was like, I could just go into this kitchen and cook for days. Here I'm working on the clutter because I normally think our Sims only need like one counter area for them to cook, especially because since only one of the Sims normally stays at home, initially works from home. I actually thought that like having too much too much space would kind of go crazy, but then again I did forget to clutter the counters that I put in the backyard, so I hope that nothing happens. Yeah, so I just really had the time of my life building this and actually making sure that everything was the way like that I would literally love to have in real life. And I don't know why, but I just had so much fun just making sure that everything was perfect, that I had all the little things that I would love to keep in a kitchen, and also the paintings. I do end up changing a lot of things in this house. Like, as I said, I really wish there were another curtains. I have outused these curtains. I think I'm gonna download some custom content, and literally use the custom content on some other houses later on, because I am really tired of using these curtains. Yeah, so now I'm just making sure that everything has curtains in it, because I would not live in a glass house, nor would I live in a place that didn't have curtains on the windows. I do not want to be the naked neighbor. I do just see how I'm going to add in some of the lights, and I add some doors in the bottom. I do end up changing the doors later on. I think I use like a darker wood. I do end up deleting that window, but I actually end up putting it back because I had this idea of putting a couch near that window, so like, you know, one of the Sims, those Sim like that works, when they get home, they can just sit on that little side couch, because you know I'm in love with the side couches from this game. I am seriously in love with it. So I added this little side couch there, and I put the window back there because I think it's like a little better for lighting as well. You know, like you can just sit there during the daylight and like the daytime and read, and during the night you can just turn on that cute little lantern, and you just have like this amazing little function for reading as well. I was gonna start building the bathroom inside the bigger bedroom, and I actually ended up changing the bathroom size because I was gonna place it near the stairs, but then when I was building it, I was like, no, imagine like you're going up the stairs and then you can see that someone's taking a bath. No, I didn't want that. I couldn't, no. That was not gonna happen with me, so I did change it up a little to the other side. I end up using a closet. It's like a walk-in closet that the game offers. I do end up using that instead, and I actually thought that it looked really good because the stairs do have this little space in them. So adding the walk-in closet there, and you can't really see the back side of it, and I was like, yes, this is what I wanted it to look like, and this is how it's going to end up being. That little space, I do end up using it as laundry space because I did want to add a little laundry space into this as well. I was going to add a little coat. It's not a coat hanger. It's like, I forgot the name of the thing you use to put up your clothes to set and dry on the yard. It's not coming. It's not going into my head. So I'm really sorry for this part since it's already like furnished and everything. It mostly was because when I was like doing this part and building it, we had a light outage, and when it came back, the file got corrupted and it didn't save. Normally the file that I use normally does save, but this time it didn't save, and unfortunately when I saw it, it was too late, so I'm sorry about that again, guys. Here I'm just finishing decorating a couple of things. I do still leave that other closet outside because, as I said, I was going to make the other room another bedroom, but I decided just to turn it into literally an office, because I was building this house and I was like, okay, it's going to be a couple and it's going to be like this and that, and then all of a sudden I was like, no, but what if one of the Sims is a freelancer? And then, like they just got married, and like the story just started coming around in my head. So I really enjoyed that. And furnishing this bedroom was so nice because it was nice and big, and I really enjoyed like the big carpet under the bed, so when it's cold they don't have to put their feet on the floor. It's like there's this little carpet, and it's kind of cutting off that cold that you get from tiles. I really enjoyed that. I thought that was so cute. There is an extra like dresser there, but I was just using it as a normal little table. I don't really use it as a dresser. I would normally click on the walk-in closet for if I wanted to change their clothes or something, but besides that, I actually really just enjoyed just making this room like nice and cozy. I put a lot of clutter on. Well, actually, to be honest, I didn't really go all out on the clutter when it came to the rest of the house. I actually took it down a notch on this one because I just wanted it to look rich. I didn't want it to go overboard on it. I normally do love putting paintings or a window behind the bed, but this time I did go with just adding a painting behind the bed. I actually really like these paintings that have like 3 screens and it forms the entire painting. I thought it was really nice. That little, you could say it's the laundry area. I did decide I actually changed it up because I do make another bathroom, and I just put that little thing that they have where you get the washing machine and the dryer like on top of each other, and I made it smaller, and I just added the little glass door so they can literally just go into it over there. So I'm heading over to the office now, and I'm just moving things around because I decided to place the table the other side, because I actually enjoy the fact that like you have your little office and you can look at your pool and be like, I'm gonna finish my work and I'm gonna jump right into that pool and have a blast. So I kind of enjoy thinking that kind of thing. So I just started building the second bathroom in the bottom area, and I actually, if you guys have seen my videos already, you know that I really do not like literally opening the door and you can see the person on the loo. I don't like that, so I always make a way for when the Sims are opening the door, you either see them taking a bath or taking a shower or literally just washing their hands. Like there's always something, the first thing they see. I will normally just make them open the door, and then it's just like the sink and the mirror, and then there is everything else. That's normally how I like to do it. So for the paintings, I did go for this really cool samurai painting. I saw it, I was like, I really want to put this on the wall, but I already had 2 other paintings. I was like, I'm gonna find a way to put this on the wall, and I actually did. I just put one on top of the other, and I put the samurai painting like right in the middle, and I actually thought that was really nice, and I really enjoyed it a lot. I was gonna put an extra something in this room when I was messing with the dinosaur painting, but I thought it was going to be a bit too cluttered, so I just decided, yes, I'm complaining about clutter, but things happen. And I just decided to leave it as is because it's already a small room due to the bathroom, so it would just be nice as an office or like a child's bedroom, you know, like just one child and a little window there, like a little bed near the window, little table. You could still fit something there, like organizing it better, you can actually really still fit something there, so it would look really nice. And right now I'm just finishing like the rest of the inside of the house before I go to the outside and I change everything. Yeah, I just end up changing a couple of things here inside the house. I'm just making sure that everything is good. I added this bookshelf as like these little books on top of the shelf before I got to the front yard. I do take the little pot plants that I put there. I just decided to go with the flowers because I think it looked better, especially since there's more greenery on the front of the house than it is on the back of the house. So I just decided to do that. And here, as I said, I'm adding the little counters and I am making this little rooftop over there so I can literally just have them sit, like instead of them sitting under the sun and eating like their barbecue under the sun, they're just eating nicely under the shade, and I really enjoy that. So I did end up changing the table. It's still a round table, but I just changed, I just took the one with the umbrella and I just added one without the umbrella, and I kept the chairs because I actually really enjoyed the chairs as well. That's when I said that I literally just forgot to put in clutter there. So this is my build for the week, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. This lot will be available in my gallery. All the information is down below, and I will see you guys next week for more, and I will leave you guys with the screenshots. Thank you guys so much. Bye, guys.